Crab 1, 2, 3. Try that 1, 2, 3. Do, do, do. 3, 4. No. 2. Four. Being invaded by my wife. People are so mean on YouTube shorts. You're getting comments? Wait, do I even have your YouTube? I don't think I have your YouTube. Those same stuff. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but a sub's a sub. I mean, why do so many people dislike? I don't know. Some people just go through and dislike everything on purpose. I know I'm not getting the same traffic I used to. They're always hit or miss. It really is. I don't think I've ever found a video that I've 100% disliked to purposely make a dislike. I just kind of, if I'm not interested in it, I just skip through it. Just swipe, swipe, swipe. Now I have hit the dislike button by accident, so I'll hit it again to remove it, but or I've hit the like button by accident and I'll hit it again to remove it. Just leave it and don't like it. I don't think TikTok has a dislike button, do they? Just either you like it or favorite. Is your YouTube the same as everything else? Boom. Hey, that one got 500. That one got 1.8. Damn, dude. Your shorts are doing better than mine. On my animation channel as well. You have an animation channel? Aha, someone just got hit. Wibsy? What's the picture? Dark shadowy face? Because I'm not seeing it. Oh, Wibsy animations. Oh, there it is. $46. Seems like a slow day today. Yep, I found it. I was just looking up Whimsy and it pulling up other things. Solo. Oh man. Ooh, tomorrow we go back to Avowed. Looking forward to that one. Then we got Indiana Jones on Tuesday. We'll be going into the third area tomorrow in Avowed. We are just about done with the second area. Just about. Then we got Indiana Jones on Tuesday. WoW on Wednesday. Thursday we got more Halo. And then we'll be back to Mystic Towers on Friday. And then I think because I think we're actually done with as short as it was. I think we were technically finished with Unholy Priest. It wasn't that long. I mean, the only thing we have to do is bury a few more bodies to get the Groundskeeper, which isn't really anything. So, I mean, there's nothing really new to buy. There's no way to stock your inventory of things. So I think we will start Resident Evil 2 Friday. The remastered version. Not the old classic one, the one that they redid. That'll be Saturday. think we will. I think we will, everyone. For our spooky night, I think we're gonna do Resident Evil 2. Excuse me. Did you watch any of the RWF content? Refresh my memory on what RWF is. The abbreviations are losing me if I know what they are. RWF. Right wing forecast. Repo with friends. I don't know what those abbreviations are. Why do I not know them? Oops. I wish I could charge that much on their card. Indy, if you know what that is, please tell me. I'd like to answer that question. Look, customers, I need to research something and you guys are bothering me. I don't think this is the same. In the context of World of Warcraft, RWF stands for Race to World First. It refers to the... Okay, I get that, but if that is what you're talking about in World of Warcraft... So if you're talking about the race to the world first in World of Warcraft due to the new raid that just came out, no, I have not. I know nothing of the new raid, actually. My wife started the content for the new raid, or not the new raid, started the content for the new area of goblins in World of Warcraft. Of course, I'm probably not even talking your language, and you're probably just like, hey, stupid, stop being an idiot. I didn't do it, honey. Please don't. Does the W stand for wrestling? No, world. If Protest is talking about World of Warcraft with RWF standing for Race to World First, then the W stands for world, which is basically a group of guilds trying to be the first one to clear the new raid that drops. Generally, a lot of times it's either an alliance, unless they've all went horde because of the racial abilities. Those guilds are ridiculous. Okay, I have seen, and they may have changed some things lately, but way back, guilds would race to it to be the first one to take out the new to take out the raid first, And these people are ridiculous. Okay. If you don't play a certain race with a certain class, you don't make it into the group. You have to play. So if you're going to play a shaman, you have to play a certain race. You don't get to choose what race you want. Druid, you have to be a certain race. And it's all based on the racial abilities. And it's like, these people get super serious and they raid nonstop. It's just constantly 100% World of Warcraft. You eat, breathe, sleep the game, and there is nothing else you do. That you don't worry about your job, you don't worry about your family, nothing. It is straight down. You better have the best gear, you better have the right race, you better have the right class, you better have the right stuff going in, and you better know your shit or you're gone. They don't mess around. And it's like, I never want to be part of that. Have I ever tried to do the world first to max level? Yes, but it never works because someone within the first 12 hours will have it done. Every time. Within the first 12 hours of the game releasing, somebody will already be max level. And it's like, and those are the people that play the alpha testing and the beta testing, and they do nothing but test runs constantly on a certain class. It's like, okay, I'm making this and we're going to speed it. And they just over and over and over and over until they find the right route to hit max level. They already know what items they're looking for. They already know what route they're doing, and they know where they're going to go. And those are the people that always get it. And kudos to them. I mean, they put the time into it. Don't get me wrong. Kind of sucks for the rest of us average Joes. We don't have a chance, but I don't do the beta and alpha testing because I don't want the story ruined for me. I don't want the game to be released and I already know everything and all I'm doing is hitting max level and now I've got nothing to do. That's no fun to me. The fun to me is the journey of learning everything about the world as it comes out. You know, the story opens, you're learning about this dynamic, you're learning these new zones. That's what's fun. And if I play the alpha or the beta test, nothing's fun for me. It's just like, oh wow, I got to level 80 and now I get to start the grind of all the boring stuff. And oh wait, I can't really do dungeons because nobody else is doing them yet. So, but to answer your question, Protoss, no, I have not. I do now. There was somebody or a group that was doing dungeon contests and raid contests where they would pit two teams together and they would race to get to the end of the raid before the other one, or the mythic dungeon before the other one. Those are fun to watch. To pit two guilds side by side, they start at the same time, and you're watching both guilds side by side go at it. And it's like, it's always a nail biter unless one of the guilds sucks. Play Fortnite with the kiddo while you play this. A while later, okay. Yeah, it's just fun to watch. Okay, so this guild's got this boss down, this one's right behind, and it's like who's and then like when Dragon Soul was out, you had left wing and right wing, and it's like, okay, so who's gonna go where? Are they both gonna go to the left wing, or are they both gonna go to the right wing? And it's like they both split off, and it's like, oh, who's got the better tactic now? Was it smarter to go left or was it smarter to go right? Who knows what they're doing here? Those are fun to watch. I enjoy the races. Racing in that aspect is enjoyed. I love watching that. That is cool. So I'm guessing, Protoss, you already know who got world first. Was it Horde or Alliance? I don't remember which one's the top guild anymore. I stopped focusing on that back in probably Dark Soul is when I stopped focusing on that. I just didn't care anymore. It would have been sorry, Dark Soul was the raid. It was technically Cataclysm was the expansion. It was what? US won it? Dude. Good job. Normally we don't. Generally it's a Korean or Asian winner. Just like Protoss, you know, when it comes to StarCraft, the Koreans own it, or they used to. They used to own it a lot in competitions. Koreans breathed that game. They lived on that game. Team Liquid are 2v2 World for interesting. That's a different one. I guess the old raiding guilds disbanded. Because Liquid was not an old raiding guild. I wonder if my server, who won on our server. We generally keep tabs on the server first. Not generally world, but we kept tabs on server. A lot of guilds on the server would fight. In fact, the guild that I'm still in, we used to be in the top 10. Which doesn't say much, but we used to be in the top 10 for servers beating raids first. The current top 3 are Liquid, Echo, and Method is still around. Damn. Then Chinese in 4th. Yeah, US normally doesn't take top. It's generally the European, Asian, the other side of the world. But damn, for US to actually have it. Nice. See, the problem is that most of the time Americans can't function properly because they want to be too dominant. There's always like 1 or 2 heads that fight with each other, so it slows them down. Liquid was started after 2015. Damn, 2015. What expansion would that have been? They've been doing it every 2 years. This one came out in 24. Back it up. Mist? Was Mist in 2015? Yeah, you guys continue to stop. As I said, I stopped worrying about World First after Cataclysm. 2015 WoW expansion. Legion. It says Legion was August 2016. So it was, yeah, it was after Warlords of Draenor into Legion. So they were created at the end of Draenor. Yeah, so they created at the end of Draenor, which means they probably started going world first at the beginning of Legion. More than likely. Yeah, because 15 would have been like the mid of Draenor to the end of Draenor, depending on when Legion released. Because normally, or they normally do, Blizzard generally tries to release an expansion towards Christmas time, so around Thanksgiving-ish. But some of their expansions they did after the holidays, like late January, mid-February, sometimes into March, so first quarter. And then so yeah, that and Draenor, see, I played very little of Draenor. I got to max level and then my job took over. So I didn't play much of Draenor, but I did get to max level at the release of the expansion. Legion I played a lot more because it was more enticing. It was something that, you know, it resonates with the story of the original Warcraft 3. So that kind of resonates with me. Because we already fought the Legion once. with Archimon, and then we destroyed Archimon, and the Legion never showed up again. Little groups here and there in World of Warcraft, but never an onslaught from Legion itself. And then we had the Battle of Azeroth, which I didn't care for at all. To me, the Battle of Azeroth really was a step backwards in the game. Might have been called Limit. I do recall Limit. So Limit must have disbanded and reformed as Liquid. Unless they server jumped and they couldn't use Limit. Some guilds do that. They'll server jump. That's the only two things I can think of that they would end up changing the name from Limit to Liquid. Is either the guild disbanded, and a lot of things disbanded with Draenor. Draenor was not a great expansion. Contrary to belief, the story really just didn't make sense. Not in my eyes. In January 2022, Team Liquid signed the World of Warcraft Guild Limit, making Limit's guild leader the team captain Maximum Smith a co-owner. Maximum is the raid leader for all world first. He does a great job. Wait. 2022. So they're Limit now? Liquid signed the World of Warcraft Guild Limit, making Limit's guild leader. I'm confused by that. Or did they reach the limit maximum people for the guild? Oh, gotcha. They merged. They guild merged. Gotcha. That's what they did. Okay. That's okay. So Limit didn't change. They just basically got bought in a sense. You know, if you put it to real world standard, they didn't buy Limit, but they signed a merger. So guilds do this all the time. When they don't get enough people from one guild or the other, they'll combine guilds, which is always messy. It is always messy because, yeah, paid to add some crazy rate. Yeah. So, and we've done this a couple times in my history where I was in one guild and we signed to another. No payment, but we agreed we would merge guilds so we'd have enough people to actually do raids. But the problem you run into with that is people are going to be left out. And this actually happened in Burning Crusade. Okay. When I was in Burning Crusade, okay, not when I was in Burning Crusade. So I was in one guild in Classic WoW. Expansion came out, we leveled up, but the guild didn't have enough people to raid. So we merged with another guild that also didn't seem to have enough. Well, some of our top raiders were not invited to the main raiding party, which that party raided at like 9-10 o'clock at night. So we created a second raiding guild, one that was more fitted towards time schedules that we could actually fit, and I was part of that. I was in the second raiding group. Well, the first raiding group wasn't so great. Okay, I guess they had a lot of conflict. my second rating group actually cleared Cataclysm first before the other group. And the other group was pissed and was determined to disband the second rating group because we were better than them and they didn't like it. So we ended up separating from that guild and creating a whole new guild for rating purposes. I've been in that mess. It sucks. Sucks. Donkey dick. It's terrible.